Hey, I'm Ryan, and I'm in some deep shit. But wait, hold your horses, let me plug my game real quick. I'm making Colorful Katana, a go-run graffiti-fueled samurai game inspired by Samurai Champloo. My parents mentioned they won't be proud of me until I hit 5,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and wishlist the game, and I'll pretty much love you forever. Anyways, let's get right into... There have recently been some allegations going around that I'm a dirty, no-good idea thief. The main source of these allegations, and my now mortal enemy, game dev YouTuber Mr. Solideo, is currently making a Samurai Champloo-inspired game of his own. Let's take a moment to listen to the prosecution side of the story.
Samurai Champloo? Alright, we both have that in common. But you couldn't just stick to your Sekiro, could ya? You had to go and infringe on my territory and start talking about how, oh, your game's also gonna borrow from Hotline Miami.
Obviously, these are trumped-up charges intended to ruin my character. So I've decided to do some introspection, look within myself, and really double down and continue stealing more viewer ideas. Yeah, so obviously my lawyer advised me not to make this video, but you seem trustworthy enough. And plus, you know what they say, snitches get f***ed in their with a rusty So, let's hop right in. If you're going for the graffiti style, how about giving color to the blood? Each enemy with a different color, so at the end of the fight, the battlefield would look like a painted wall/canvas. So yeah, I took one look at this little treasure trove of an idea and immediately wished I'd thought of it myself. This type of suggestion absolutely flooded last video's comment section. It's pretty clear that you guys are much more creative than me because adding colorful blood would add so much character to the game. For one, it strongly reinforces the literal name of the game, while uplifting both the graffiti and gore themes and melding them into one. Picture a large battle culminating in a vibrant painted landscape littered with bodies and paint. That image immediately reminded me of Zom 100, which leans heavily into colorful blood to create a striking and unique visual experience, which one of you actually mentioned as well. It also keeps the vibes of the game fun and light, which I think should be the direction I go in making a Champloo-inspired game. Obviously that show has its serious moments, but the overarching feel of the show is goofy and fun. So, let me steal your idea real quick and colorify the current blood effects. And look, Pirate Colonel 8962, I've already got the copyright feds on my back, so I'd appreciate it if you stayed hush-hush about this. If anyone asks, this wasn't your idea. It was our idea. Okay, we are back. I've done a few things here. First things first, a small change I made was adjusting the blood shader to look flatter and more low poly. A few of you commented that the effect really didn't fit into the current art style of the game. I disagreed at first, but after messing around with some of the shader values, I once again feel like a big dumb stupid idiot. It's a subtle change, but I think the effect complements the game's art style much better now. But enough about the small changes. Let's really get into the meat and potatoes. Enemies are given a random blood color on game startup, which influences 3 different things: the blood splurt, the vegetation shader, and the enemy mesh skin shader. The squirt veggie skin pyramid is the foundation for the entire blood system. These 3 blood components change their color and culminate into what you are seeing here. Feel free to implement the squirt veggie skin method into your own projects. It's a very popular technique that has spanned a multitude of genres and time periods. Plus, you know, I figured I probably owe you an idea or two. You're welcome. Anyway, there are quite a few random blood colors, and just like I was hoping, once battles end, the player gets a chance to admire the canvas they painted during the fight. You're basically Bob Ross, but if he was like a raging, sociopathic killing machine. Speaking of combat permanence, it was a big pillar in the previous video, and I believe that Colorful Katana's permanence is much improved after implementing my colorful blood idea. I am planning to keep the all red blood version as some sort of setting that the player has the choice to toggle on and off if they hate the colors for whatever reason. But yeah, that's about all I have on the new blood changes. Let's move right on to my next brilliant idea. So this first comment mentions adding some impact frames on enemy death, and more specifically, something flashy to increase feedback on death. The second comment mentions a similar thing, using finishers akin to games such as Persona, with big flashy swings and cuts. The Persona idea really rattled around in my head after reading this. I absolutely adore the silhouette sequences in that game. Samurai Champloo Sidetracked did similar stylish silhouette finishers in order to emphasize acts such as slicing this poor man's stomach right open. I think we can really push the current dismemberment and blood system with a silhouette execution on death. Right now I'm picturing a quick silhouette image when an enemy is killed, you know, similar to Sidetracked, and then the final enemy receiving a longer silhouette sequence, kinda like Persona. So, let me give this a shot, and yeah, thanks again for your comments and juicy ideas. Be back soon. Okay, here we go. Let's talk silhouette. I currently only have one color, which is sure to change in the future, but essentially, on enemy death, both the enemy and the player will have a solid color shader applied to their mesh, resulting in a quick silhouette impact frame. It's fast, but I feel like it provides some shampoo flair that the game was desperately missing. I especially like how the black color blood looks contrasted against the flat red background. But this effect doesn't stop there. No. I cooked up a little script that checks if one enemy is left, and when that poor final soldier breathes his last breath, a longer silhouette death effect will play. I went ahead and changed the camera angle, increased effect length, and really zoomed in on the action. This effect also triggers a 100% chance for dismemberment, which I think looks really pretty from this angle. I added a few more touch-ups, such as increasing bloom significantly, but I think all in all I'm happy with the direction of the silhouette effect. As always, still excited to hear your thoughts as well. On another note, as you may have already picked up on, the dash is no longer monochromatic. I added more colors. In case you can't tell, I'm really hammering home the colorful portion of Colorful Katana. I want to really dive headfirst into the colorful theme, which I plan to highlight even further once I implement graffiti in a future devlog. I'm super happy with these new additions, and I especially like how they make the game stand out from other low-poly action games littering the market right now. With that being said, there's still a bunch of work to be done, but enough about boring game stuff. In case you forgot, I have a trial to get back to. I'd like to turn your attention back to the prosecution, game dev YouTuber Mr. Solideo, who, as I mentioned before, is also in the midst of creating a Champloo-inspired action game. And look, his game looks great, I'm not denying that. And if you already haven't, go check his videos out. But, after deep consideration, I've decided that the Champloo game dev niche just isn't big enough for the two of us. Unfortunately, this means war, and Mr. Solideo, you have 24 hours to respond with news that you've deleted your game. Otherwise, I don't know, I'll send Bob Ross after you. But on that note, this was fun, you guys are great, and I genuinely appreciate your creativity. Like, subscribe, and do the rest of the YouTube stuff that gives me dopamine, and oh yeah, wishlist Colorful Katana on Steam, that'd be super cool. I'll see y'all in the next video, depending on how the trial goes. See ya!